Alright, good evening everyone. I am Jesse. This is a recording of a private match between me and Chapter Master Valrak during a stream a few days ago. This is a breakdown of my Malcador deck. Initially, I was going to save my recording, but for some reason it did not pin and it was lost in other games. So yeah, let's get into it.
Who's next up? So we've got one more game left. Robodophobia. Okay.
He can't pronounce my name. Oh well.
Keep spelling that Dawn lives, because you'll just, if you already won, obviously you can't win again. But nope. Give us some other cards. Oh god, fucking damn it.
These tactics of coldly hatred are not suited for war.
There is no place for fair war in this dark age.
Shut up, Malcador, you loser.
So I will say that there are some things I could.
The Primates and the Emperor is just like an illusion.
There are some things that I could have improved on in this, and I'll bring that up when I mention,
have more chance of winning.
or when it comes up.
Oh, sorry, my bad. See, that's what happens when you guys distract me.
However, I did have the advantage of him not knowing the Agents of the Sigillite matchup. He doesn't know much about anything regarding Malcador's personal abilities or units he should be targeting. Which I was a little bit surprised by, considering it was his videos that got me to download the game to begin with. Yes, you should kill that structure very quickly, Valrak.
Man, I've got no turret cards at all or anything. This is probably one of the worst starts I've
So, that first seal that I generated was a Seal of the Sisterhood. And I believe that seal was a return an enemy troop to hand. So, this is one of the cases where I misplay, because I start with Kaizu Lane, and what I pull from it is very lackluster. I pulled the Ride the Wind White Scars card. Give +1/+1 to vehicles in your hand, and I do not have any vehicles in this deck. Or any commonly used vehicles. I don't think there's any vehicles. But on the plus side, I'll be able to play Stalwart Defenders next turn. And queue up a surprise tool that will help us later. Execution Force, that is the tool.
Oh my god, did he just mine?
Now, Mr. Midnight is actually in that chat down there. He's the number 11 player if he ends up watching this video somehow. Hello. But it's like, interesting. And here's where he's first introduced to seals.
What a tragedy.
The last wall is coming, boyos. Wait, what's this? What is this, champ? What the literal fuck just happened? Fucking top deck, sister seal.
Yeah, Mr. Midnight's right. I got incredibly lucky with this game.
Has just happened to my deck then?
Let's see, I forget what exactly comes next. And I can't even see my hand. Ah, yes, I put in the
Is this gonna die now, Jam?
Diffrati Keeler again. And then I think I play... I don't play anything else. Okay. He gets lucky. He gets to throw in 2. I had called his Quirion Cataphracti, but that had not obviously made a show. Coming up next, I do make a good call, because I call that he will be using, so I drop my Inner Chambers, and I call that he's going to play Resolve of Stone. It's the only thing he has space for, and so far he's not attacked with that fortified, not fortified outpost, is that perimeter defenses. So he just continually reinforces that. And something that has been in my hand because I drew from my chambers is even more. It's... and his reaction is suitable.
What a tragedy.
I was trolling a little bit too hard with my voice lines.
He had 2 of those cards. He had 2 of those fucking cards. Can you Adam and Eve it, mate? I'm sorry, that is just top tier bullshit.
Midnight's right. I am getting out casinoed at this, or he is getting out casinoed at this point.
Tippity bullshit.
Yeah, it is bull.
Top tippity top tippity tip top tippity bull. That's what I call that, right? You need to
Then I
wait
play
for
my
it.
Sigilite's
No,
Chosen.
I know I need to wait.
Then I play my favorite card, or one of my favorite cards. Oh, no, not yet. I need to draw it still. Bror Tierfing.
Oh my god, this is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit at the highest order. Come on, give me something good. Shit. Absolute shit. Drop this in. Drop that bad boy in. This is worthless, this card to me, unless I just stack fucking shit on it. What's this next to it? Let me get some hits off. This is gotta go right into this. You can't attack with the first one. I can't attack, I have to stand here and take it. This is it,
He
I have to
actually
stand here and take it.
misinterprets Mr. Midnight's input there, which is unfortunate. He could have learned, or actually, well, no, I think he... Is there a jam falling this turn? I don't think there is. But I am throwing my Yasu into the Cataphracti, and I am punching down one of those turrets.
He's outcarded me. I can't get the cards. I literally cannot get the cards.
Now, he actually does get some good rolls with this, because he will kill my assassin, kill my Tierfing to increase his RNG, and then he gets crazy luck with his sustained barrage. 1, 2, 3. here's where things get interesting. So that's 1 Seal of the Administratum. Next thing is 0. Play another Administratum. Next one after that, I transform with my Reckoning. I have 3 energy left over. I generate a seal for 2 energy. But because I had played no other cards, there goes another Seal of the Sisterhood for 0 energy. It was a very good, very lucky play with my draws.
Fuck you. Piss off, you piece of donkey shit. I'm not backing down. Oh, I tell you what, I can get something good here now.
So, something does go in his favor. He will not draw his Phalanx Warders. But what he will draw will be just as effective for him, or so he thinks.
Give me a good card. Give me a terror or
Ah, Sergeant Amand, the thing that will save him this game.
Right, here we go.
Yes?
I've got a plan, boys. I've got a good plan. Right, Pikachu, I choose you.
So that's 3 golden cards spent this turn.
Wait, what the fuck?
And my execution force from the start of the game pays off.
What the fuck just happened then?
Now he's going to buff it. And something painful will happen to him because he now has 3 attack. However, I do misplay.
This is the worst. What the
I
fuck are you
get
gonna
too
do?
wrapped up in the
I
hilarity
have
of the
never
situation.
experienced anything as awful as this before in my life.
Especially his face. Observe. He loses his 10 health front line because he had 3 damage.
My top card can steal it?
And that was a misplay by me because I dropped Ganymus after I attacked with my Sergeant Amand that I stole.
The cogs are turning. The clock is ticking.
I am shocked and appalled. Oh, fuck.
4 Seal the His
With
Sisterhoods this game.
Bullshit seal card. It's so fucking stupid.
Now he is in lethal for almost all
This
of my
is the most
things.
shittest match I've ever played. What even is this?
Now, the thing that wins me this game coming up is not already in my hand. It is another top deck.
Get anything? Oh, kick that's what she said.
I am almost insulted.
Shut up, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I was really not nice with this
I'm
one.
getting You know what? I'm glad this is over. I'm glad this is over. That was a cheat deck. You cheated me.
Dude,
That
I was
was
just very lucky,
bullshit.
man. I'm sorry.
Bullshit of a deck. You can take my cards. You can put these cards over here. What kind of a bullshit deck is that?
Good question, Valrak. Let's get into it. So, my warlord, Malcador. Obviously. 0 cost, choose a card in the enemy hand. If it's played before your next turn, create a seal in your deck. Crazy good. Every seal is worthwhile. Underhive Tunnels. This exists for a couple of different units. None of them saw much play. One of them was almost useless, and one of them only came in at the very end. But giving Duplicitous is very useful early in the game for your starting troops. So, like, let's say you throw down a Council Informant coming up. Choose a tactic from your deck and draw it. Very useful. Can't shoot him if you're a Abaddon. Can't kill him in your turn. Can't punch him if you're anything else. New Loyalty. Choose a troop in the enemy deck. Create a copy of it in your hand. Very useful. It didn't come up that game, but I don't got perfect luck. Relic of Old Night. Card cycle. Excellent. Choose a card in your hand and return it to your deck. Draw 2 cards. Kaizu Lane. One of the Power Rangers, I believe they're called. Precog. Cannot be attacked. Choose 1 random tactic and add it to your hand. That can be anything. That can be a White Scars 2 cost, give +1/+1 to your vehicles. That can be a Cursed Wanderer. Administratum's Archives. 2 energy, 1/5. Same cost as a bunker. Same stats as a bunker, but on 2. And for 2 energy, choose a seal and create a copy of it in your deck. Classified Assignment. Choose a seal and add a copy of it to your deck. Draw a card. 2 energy, very useful. Execution Force. Something that changed the tide of that game with Valrak. Choose a troop in the enemy deck. When it is played from hand, deal 10 damage to it. This can win you games consistently. If they're hedging their bets on a single large unit, that gets wiped. Gaze of the Regent. Deal 2 damage and give can't attack until your next turn. Useful in certain situations. It's not a perfect card, but it's a good supplement when you're looking to fill a deck. Malcador Circle. 2 cost, 2/3. Frontline, and for 1 energy gains an attack and 2 health. Another very good card. It was the attacker that won the game for me. Oath of Moment. Frontline and Survivor 1. I used it on the Administratum's Archives to get more chances to generate seals. It's a very useful card. Euphratic Keeler. Another 10 out of 10. Give +1/+1 to your troops for 1 energy on a 3 cost. Ulysses Adam Tallyman. Rally, deal 1 damage. If target dies, draw a card. Just a better version of that Solar Auxilia las rifle section. Hidden War. Change the health of an enemy troop to 1. Never comes up much, but it is very useful if it's just the right situation. Fierce Tenacity. Destroy any troop damaged in combat to one of your friendly troops. Super useful. Errant Neophyte. Backlash, draw a troop from your deck. Asteroids Belt. Gain an energy. Another excellent staple to throw into your decks. Aristed Kell. Deal 5 damage and this troop loses stealth. If the target dies, create a seal in your deck. All of this deck is about seal generation to the max. Palatile Intrigue. Choose a tactic that your opponent played this game and put it in your hand. Costs 3 less. I stole a I forget the name. It's the 4 cost Stalwart Defenders. Stole a Stalwart Defenders from Rogaldorn and turned it against him there as well with Valrak. Sigilites Chosen. Give 3/3 and Survivor 3 to a friendly infantry or Astartes. That goes onto my Yasu. Very useful. Burden of Duty. Choose a friendly troop that died and put it in your hand. It costs 2 less. Bror Tierfing. Rally, deal 3 damage. If target dies, create a seal in your deck. Another, just staple. Staple. I run 2 of them. Gives you a 3/5 with a 3 damage rally that creates a seal. You lose a bit in the after effects of the attack, or in the actual attack proper of the unit, but it is so worth it. Yasu Nagasena, 5/5, create a seal in your deck as a battle honor. I do not like this card as much as I like Bror. You can generate a seal off of it, but by turn 5, or with Malcador's case, it is or turn 4 or regularly turn 5 for the enemies, since Malcador goes first. They likely have some kind of answer to handle this trooper before he spirals out of control for them. Ganymus, stealth, terror, and relentless, gain 2/1. Just crazy damage. He's a terror troop. Very good, very, very good card for the Sigilites. Then, coming into the home stretch, we have 2 inner chambers. Staples of this deck as well. Create a seal in your deck and draw a card as a resolution. It is one of the key units for Agents of the Sigilite if you're playing for seals, which is especially if you're playing Malcador, because you're trying to get his Reckoning to go off. Defense Force, Backlash, put in play a Defense Force. It's a good Solar Auxilia card. I run it exclusively for if I get Seal of the Administratum, so that way I can play it for only 3 energy. Elsewise, I actually have so much more use to be spending on smaller cards. You can see this slope is not really centered. This is very low energy heavy. However, it works out regularly. Also, as a side mention, while I'm still here, today, this is changing in just a few hours at the time of posting this, but Emshen is in the shop. I bought her today. Go and buy her if you have the gems. Excellent card. But that's sort of all I have today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time.